Hello everyone, my name is Cristina Jimenez, and today I'm going to present about understanding learners with less frequent disabilities or conditions. Now, the learning objectives that I want to highlight are the 6.1, explain the attributes of students with less common disabilities. 6.3, describe the attributes of students with multiple disabilities. 6.4, explain the attributes of students with development delay, and 6.5 list the attributes of students with physical disabilities. Also, the book talks about 6.2 identify the attributes of students with health impairments. 6.6 distinguish among the attributes of students with have deaf and hard of hearing. 6.7 discuss the attributes of students with visible disabilities. 6.8 summarize the attributes of students with traumatic brain injury, and 6.9 describe the attributes of students with deaf blindness. Now, I feel like you guys understand the definition about what a disability is, but I want to give it a quick review before I go deeper into the topic. The definition of a disability is a disorder or condition that can affect an individual's ability to perform or understand certain things. It can be in different degrees, and this can be a lifelong condition. Can be a condition that they were born with, or they got due to something like an accident. But yeah, that is a quick definition about what a disability is. Now, I must tell that I had a hard time finding more information other than the one I was provided with. But I wanted to share something that I thought it is important to share, which are the beliefs that people has towards non-frequent disabilities. Uh, from the books, they are inaccurate perceptions about disabilities, especially the less common ones, based on the belief that if a condition is rare, it must be severe. However, these disabilities range from mild to severe. A quick example is physical disabilities. Although they are not very common, most people who have one do not qualify for special education. Well, more students that don't have one, that don't like have a physical disability, don't qualify for special education because it is thought that this disability doesn't interfere with their ability to learn. But well, to understand more about the topic, I found that this affects a small portion of the population, which that might be the cause that they don't have a lot of information about some of the disabilities that can affect this vulnerable portion of the population. But if so, if it's a case, they can impact significantly in learning or the way they learn. They can be defined as persons, they can have like cognitive impairments, hearing impairments, visual impairments, and this was a hard part for me to understand, as I feel like this is a branch of a whole broad more topic as disability is. As I mentioned, this last slide was hard, but now from here I have a little bit better understanding about what I now this table give us a quick view in the percentage of how was the distribution of disabilities. For example, the specific learning disabilities, which is the top one, the number one, has a 32% of population of students that were known in the full year 2022-2023. As you can see, less common ones like hearing impairments at only 1%. where this last one falls under the category of less frequent. To be more specific about it, there are three types of categories that I was able to find and learn, and I had some examples of them. For example, we have genetic disorders like Williams syndrome or Turner syndrome. The Williams syndrome is a syndrome that that collapses the whole system. It's a development disorder that affects many parts of the body. Or, for example, as I mentioned, the Turner syndrome is a condition that only affects female and results from the missing one chromosome X. And this makes that the student or the female in general don't develop or don't have problems with heart problems or have um reproductive problems. It varies on the case and the person. Now we have a neurologic condition like Tourette syndrome, where the Tourette syndrome is a neurological disorder that might cause sudden, unwanted, and uncontrolled uh, movements or vocal sounds. Most call it tics, but yes, it is also a symptom that can affect in a neurological level. And we also have sensory and communication disorders like hearing or visual impairments, which are just an examples. As there's more out there, I use these ones for the presentation. Now, some of the characteristics that are visible in class are physical, cognitive, and emotional. Each problems have, I must say before that each of these problems have unique characteristics and, well, or do not affect the individual in the same way. But the main ones I was able to find were in the physical area, motor coordination issues or sensory uh, sensitivities, other like in the cognitive um spectrum is like processing delays, memory challenge, or in the emotional social, it can be anxiety, difficulty with peers interactions. But as I said, it varies a lot in each case. But these are some of the ones that I can affect learning and students. Unfortunately, disabilities a lot of times come with came with challenges due to the nature of their abilities of this sector of the population, student population. They face many challenges. The most common being misunderstood or misdiagnosed, which can happen on a medical level. They can also have limited access to special resources. uh this might be like they don't understand how to get those resources or they don't have a help that can help them get those resources. uh and they also suffer sometimes social isolation or bullying because people don't understand how their disability work, which make them have a hard time get connected to people around. Although each case is different and unique in nature and the challenges might be different, it's a different case for each person. Something that has me a little bit disappointment is the fact that I couldn't find specific information about specific disabilities. This is the most I could find about it. And this is a map where it shows the how the population with people with disability, well, students with disabilities are in each state. For this case, in Idaho, it is 12% of student population. Now, some of the practices that teachers can do, or well, It can include any person, well, but I got specific for teachers to include student population into classes or have a comprehensive evaluation, just understanding the individual's need, have an inclusive education as what we have learned, making the adaptations both in lesson plans and in the classroom to ensure that individuals, both students, have the same opportunity to demonstrate their abilities and training. Just educating ourselves about each case, it is super helpful to understand the challenges that a student might be facing. But they are not limited to those ones, as I also was able to learn that emotional and psychological support it is other option where individuals with uncommon disabilities, as I said, often face maybe emotional challenges. Having interaction with a mental health professional or consult special counselor can help them to understand the environment that they live. Other one is assistive technology and adaptations. Implementing supportive technology that can be helpful for students to understand how they can show what their abilities in class. It is super helpful to have in a class. Also, have social skills development. It is important to provide opportunities for students with uncommon disabilities to develop social skills. This can be from making projects in groups, maybe choosing us because sometimes they don't know anyone. Uh, also promoting autonomy and independence. This is really important because in some points, at least in my grade, um, students are almost getting to live in a real life where society moves so fast that having that chance to understand autonomy and independence can be super helpful out there. Also, building support networks, helping the student connect with support groups or communities that offer a social network of people with similar experience. This can be from counseling group, which I personally find really helpful, or yeah, just letting out there what can be helpful, and interdisciplinary work, collaborating with a team of professionals such as doctors, us as teachers, or the special education teachers or parents. It is helpful. But any practice that can be helpful for these students, it is super important to learn and show it or have the chance to this student population to get to know or practice. Before I continue, I must say that I wanted to concentrate my presentation and learning about these non-frequent disabilities and conditions and how they can be included more than just definitions. And I must apologize if something that wasn't included in my presentation. I tried my best. But okay, let's keep going. Some of the key takeaways are each learners have an experience that is unique. There are special students that they have unique experiences, unique ways to see the world that is around them, and that can be included in class. And that's what makes the classrooms diverse. The other one is early identification and support are crucial. Every time like as the teachers collaborate for the behalf of the student and as early as this can be, it will be super helpful for the student and it can help them understand what is going on. And also, as I mentioned, it's important to gi- give them that support or refer them to that support that can be helpful for them. And the collaboration, as I said, collaboration between educators, families, and specialists enhance outcomes. Um, a good the success of a student is like a picture where teachers, parents, and the student are the ones that support the camera. If one not work, if one doesn't work, um, the picture is going to be weird. It's not gonna have a well definition. And it's basically this. If we as educators don't collaborate with the families will not know what's going on with the child, or vice versa. If the families doesn't collaborate with the educators, educators will not know how to help or how to understand the needs of the student. The only thing I have to mention for this slide is that I was also able to find some resources that can be helpful for hearing impairment and visual impairment. Yeah. Uh, Now I didn't want to make a lot of questions, so the first one is a true false. Less frequent disabilities always require a separate learning environment. And the number two is a multiple choice. What is one of best practice when working with learners who have less common disabilities? A. Ignore minor accommodations. B. Use individualized learning plans. C. Avoiding involving families. And that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation and got something useful from it. I'll be leaving my reference slide for a couple of seconds for both of them. And I hope you have a great day. Good luck with midterms. I'm